Here today to describe to you the mechanical computer mouse. The mechanical computer mouse was invented in 1964 by Douglas Engelbart of the Stanford Research Institute. The original design was very bulky, about the size of a small shoebox, and since then the design has evolved into a much more elegant, much more streamlined, smaller, and user-friendly device. The mechanical computer device is used on a daily basis by pretty much anyone using a desktop computer. Whether that be in the home setting or in the setting of a business or at school. The mechanical computer mouse has three functions. The first function, which is served by the rubber ball on the bottom of the mouse, is to move the cursor across the screen in any direction. All that is needed is a flat surface for that mouse and the ball to glide upon. A mouse pad is recommended since that makes that movement much easier. That ball will pick up dirt, will pick up debris, and will get dirty. Therefore, it can get jammed with such things as food or dirt, and that jamming will have an effect on the function of the mouse. So it is recommended that you keep that surface clean. The second function of the mouse are the two buttons located on the top, the right click and the left click button. The left click button, which is the more frequently used one, is used for opening up programs. Simply slide the cursor over an item or an icon or an object, double click on that left click button, and that will open up that object. The right button is used for opening up menus for an object. If you slide the cursor over a object and click the right click button, it will open up a menu of actions that you are allowed to do. And those actions might be something as copy or paste, or to delete the item, or to check on the properties of the item. All you have to do after right-clicking and opening up that menu is to slide the cursor over the action that you want, which will highlight it, and then simply click the left-click button once to execute that action. The third function of the mouse is the wheel, which is located on the top of the mouse in between the left and the right click button. That wheel rotates, and its main function is to scroll up and down on pages that you have opened, whether those be web pages or file pages. The mouse is rectangular shaped. It's about 4 inches long and about 3 inches wide. It's flat on the bottom with a lump on top. The top is curved from front to back. That curve starts in the front, and it starts about an inch above the base or the bottom of the mouse, and slopes upward until it hits the peak, at which point it begins sloping downward to the back of the mouse, which is again about an inch above the base. The hump is about 2 inches high and is positioned more towards the back of the mouse than the front. This is so that your palm can rest on the back of that mouse on the back slope, which allows for you to move that mouse freely around with very little effort. It also allows for your fingers to be stretched down the front slope of the mouse to reach the left and the right click button. The mouse is very lightweight, only a few ounces or maybe up to a pound in some versions. It comes in all different kinds of colors. It's basically plastic with a smooth finish, and the edges of the mouse are rounded, so there are no sharp or boxy edges. The parts of the mouse are the bottom, which includes the rubber ball, and then the top, which has the left and right click buttons, and the wheel for rotating pages up and down. The bottom is flat with the ball on the bottom, which moves, again, translates that action of the mouse onto moving that cursor on the screen. Then you have the right and the left click button on the top front of the mouse, and then the wheel located in between the two right and left click buttons. There's also a cord attached to some mouses. That cord is about 3 or 4 inches long, 3 or 4 feet long, excuse me, and that plugs into the computer, which allows communication between the mouse and the computer. So that is the mechanical mouse. It has revolutionized the way that we use computers, whether it be opening up web pages or opening up files or gaming, and is a very important feature of computers. Thank you.